Sri Lanka's COVID situation does not seem to be showing any signs of improvement, as the country's daily cases have stayed over the 2,500 mark for the last 8 consecutive days. According to data released by the Institute of Health Policy, the country's rate of patients testing positive for the virus has been placed at 17.3%, with a 7-day average of 18%. The data also shows that this is the highest test positivity rate showed since the pandemic first broke out in March last year. As such, yesterday 16,902 PCR tests and 6,540 rapid antigen tests carried out by health officials confirmed the presence of 2,987 COVID-19 patients yesterday. 1,047 of yesterday's caseload came from the 3 districts of the Western Province. 468 cases were confirmed from Kalutara, 310 from Colombo, and 269 from Galle. With the Delta variant said to be responsible for the country's current predicament, many concerns have been raised as to how the health system will cope up with a huge increase in oxygen dependency. Addressing these concerns, Dr. Hemantha Herath of the Ministry of Health says that all possible measures have been taken to prevent any shortages.
The Ministry of Health has taken every possible steps to cater this increasing demand, for which they are maximally utilizing the current local capacity to produce the oxygen. The government has already taken steps to import oxygen from different countries, and also we have already established several other alternative systems to produce oxygens independent of this mass scale production, for which several hospitals have been given with oxygen generators, and this has reduced the demand, especially in the periphery where the long distance transportation of oxygen cylinders is becoming a problem. And also several large hospitals have been given with large oxygen tanks in which a huge amount of oxygen can be stored at a given time. So that also will provide some kind of breathing space to reduce the effects of transportation. And also we have imported a large number of oxygen cylinders, both ordinary cylinders as well as jumbo cylinders. Further to that, we are also using the oxygen concentrators, large scale concentrators plus bedside concentrators to give oxygen to needy patients depending on the clinical decision of the different doctors who are treating those patients.
Meanwhile, the recent discrepancy in daily COVID figures released by the Ministry of Health versus data recorded by regional medical officers in the Gampar district and the Eastern Province have been a topic of serious debate lately. Responding to this, Dr. Hemantha Herath explained that the large quantity of data the ministry deals with on a daily basis could have inadvertently led to certain mistakes, but it will be looked into and rectified as soon as possible.
When a large number of data or large amount of data is gathered centrally from different sources, especially it is not like getting the same source from 2 or 3 sources. We are getting information from 26 health districts and also around 350 medical officers of health areas and over 1,000 vaccination centers, and this information or this data is gathered at central level, and we need to reduce the duplication and also re-enter data and similar things, and thereby making sure that what is presented is the most accurate data. And if we find that any deliberate or due to some other kind of error, if we have not included any of those information, that will be corrected after consulting both parties.
In the meantime, despite the rise in infections, the country's overall number of COVID patients to have recovered from the virus also continues to rise. Today, health officials confirmed the recovery of 2,049 people, which took the overall figure to 302,455. As for today's COVID patients, 204 fresh cases have been confirmed so far.
Glow and handsome. AAT multivitamin සහ UV filters දෙගුණයකින් වැඩි දීප්තියක් ලබා දෙයි.
මුණ ගැන හිතන්න. හිරු කිරණින් ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න.